the bigger cities. So they hitchhiked south, and they got down there, and they spent the next 2 weeks going from place to place, trying to find a job, and find out that all the jobs had been hired out, and there were no jobs. And so dejected and wondering why on earth God didn't answer their faith. I mean, here they believed God wanted them to go to the northwest and go logging. Why he didn't answer their faith? And so they were headed home and hitchhiking and just dejected and all that kind of stuff. And they forgot to think of all the warnings, all the things that had been telling them, hey, check it out before you go. Listen a little bit to God. And when they got home, the youth in their, there's a lot longer story, but when they got home, the youth in their community had decided to put on an evangelistic series, and it tells about how so many people were won to Christ because they were willing to help. God needed them back there in their own hometown. He didn't need them out in the woods. And they didn't listen. They didn't take that time to ask God, where do you really want me this summer? That's my challenge today for you. You'll take a little time. Ask God what to do. I want you to be successful. I want you to as your motto, where you say, reach for the moon. I think that's such a good idea. Don't be afraid to reach for the greatest thing you can. But God might have a star just the other side of the moon that he wants you to reach. Give him a chance to let you know that. And you might have so much more fun. You might have so much more successful life following that type of thing. Listen to God's gentle urging. He may have an even greater success for you than on the moon, maybe one of the stars. Your class has a terrific verse, part of which says, and I'm reading it from the Clear Word, it's in Ephesians 4, 2-4. And I'm just going to take just a little center section out of it. Where in the Clear Word, it words it a little bit different than you have in your bulletin. It says, stay united. And that's such good advice. Stay united. Don't let each other go off and disappear. Keep your class together. Keep in contact. Stay united. Support each other. And then it says, and be guided by the Holy Spirit. How can you go wrong if you do that? I love you guys. I want to wish you the best of success, the best in everything. Thanks so much for letting me be a part of your graduation.
Thank you, Mr. Beline, for your challenge to put away distractions and to listen to God as we head out on the journey of life. You've shown us examples of this lifestyle through your patient teaching at Columbia. You're always willing to put aside anything you're doing to help a student with one math problem or to simply listen to them and provide a friendship. Based on your words to us, I wrote this poem. All right. My mom said it was not stupid. Okay. Okay. How do you get success out of life? Is there one great equation you can figure real fast when you're out of your element or put to the test? The dictionary is the only place where you'll find success before work. You can't enter the debit number unless you've earned that perk. How do you get success out of life? What about when your walls do fall apart? Your sheetrock's punched in, no longer a work of art. What takes place after disasters like that? And will they come even if you did nothing but sat? How do you get success out of life? What happens when you're filled to capacity? You have too much to do and can't face reality. Does success come at all when you're booked to the top? Will you push yourself so hard that you go till you drop? So how, you may ask, do you get success out of life? Everyone's measures of success are diverse, exceptional. That's the way God made us, unique, special. We are all given talents to use for His intent. I think it's simple. You trust God to lead you wherever you go. True success is following God and finding His path for you that will eventually lead to eternal life. At the end of your life, it's not about how much money you have or the number of possessions. It's how you treated people and what you've done for others. Matthew 6:19-21 says, "Don't hoard treasure down here where it gets eaten by moths and corroded by rust, or worse, stolen by burglars. Stockpile treasure in heaven where it's safe from moth and rust and burglars." It's obvious, isn't it? The place where your treasure is the place you will most want to be and end up being. Mr. Boleen, you reminded us that God is the one who holds our equation for success in life. We're anxious to take this on. We will remember the one who has our equation. When our walls get knocked down by some inconspicuous person or event, we'll remember to cling to God. When we have too much to do, we'll remember that God will provide time we need to make success happen. Our parents have taught us that, and you and your fellow teachers at Columbia have taught us that. Thank you.
Okay. Mom, Dad, you guys are the best parents, and just putting up with my expensive hobbies, computers, history, medieval armor, etc. And just my not getting on my chores all the time and that stuff. But thank you for making me who I am today. And yeah. Mr. and Mrs. Lang, thank you for being the coolest second parents ever, taking me backpacking and mentoring me in just new ways to do things and just talking and all. And Alicia, thank you for being a cool third sister. By the way, Stargate is the coolest show ever, and it rocks. Thanks for playing games and watching SG-1 and Atlantis with me. And yeah, Hannah, my best little sister. Thank you for just talking to me and being the best sister a computer nerd could have, and supporting all my insane ideas of world domination. Mr. Davis, thank you for teaching me new and cool things, for being a mentor and continuously engraving NASCAR or Car 20 Tony Stewart into my head at Skill Center. And just thank you for helping me with my projects and getting them in on time. Miss Church, the evil red eyes and the beating stick with the red tip, indeed things that I'll remember forever, as well as the extremely valuable knowledge you gave me on networking and computer tech and other very cool things at Skill Center. Mr. and Mrs. Stowe, my third parents, thanks for giving me another home to go to, a place to stay, and food to eat, and just another set of mentoring parents. And I can't thank you enough. Aaron, what can I say? An older sibling, fighting is inevitable, but when we don't, you're the greatest. Thank you for the car rides and the help with stuff I need to get done, and the talks, and the knowledge of horses and cars and trucks, and just life. Thank you.
Okay, Mom, I want to thank you for always wanting to help me with everything and putting up with my laziness and making all of those meals for me. And Dad, I want to thank you for working really hard to help me pay my way through CAA and taking me places before I had a license, and for being there and encouraging me when I needed it.
Mom, I wouldn't be what I am without you. Even though I don't act like it, I appreciate that you sent me to an Adventist school. You've always been there for me and never let me down. Dad, I know we've had our problems in the past, but now that things have changed, I just want to say thanks for being my friend. I can tell you almost anything, whether it be about boyfriends or school. Thanks for being there to listen. I love you both. Grandma Bev, when things aren't going right, you're usually the one I call. Thanks for opening your house up to me and letting me come stay. Also, thanks for helping me pay the school bill. Love you always. Kayla, I know we've had our disagreements through the years, but I'm glad we're over them. Thanks for always listening when I come to you with my personal problems. I wish you were up here with us. We love you.
To my mom and dad, thank you for the love and support throughout my life. I wouldn't be the person I am today without you. To Tatiana, I want to thank you for the memories you've given me and the time we've been together, and thank you for the friendship that I've come to value.
To my mom, for making my school lunches for the past 12 years of my life. And to my dad, for coaching me in sports, especially baseball, and teaching me to fly remote control airplanes. And to my grandma and grandpa Davy, for all of your Christmas and birthday presents. And to my Uncle Stephen and Aunt Dawn for the Portland Beavers baseball games. And to my Uncle Derek for the best summer of my life working with you over in Idaho.
Family, I only ordered 2 flowers, so 1 flower is dedicated to all of you. The other flower I dedicate to my sister Christina, who has missed my graduation because she is in India doing some pastoral study thing. That's it, so thank you all.
Mom, my first rose is for you. I can't believe how hard you've worked all these years just because you love me. I'm so proud of you for going back to school, and although I'm really excited that we'll be college students together, I will miss you. Know that I always love you. Daddy, the next one's for you. It seems like just yesterday we were sitting on the front row with the pilots, cheering as loud as we possibly could, and you were singing me to sleep at night. Now I'm supposedly grown up and headed for college, but I will always be your little girl. I love you always. Marina D., words just cannot express my love for you. I thought 3 hours was far, but now I'm headed even further from you. Thank goodness for text messaging. I wish I could share every experience with you, but I guess we can wait 2 more years. You are in my thoughts and prayers day and night, and although we're far away, know that I love you like crazy, Bia. Chelsea and Sandy, my extra mom and sister. I'm not sure what I'd do without you, and I think we could talk for days without end of memories from when we were younger. I wish we could all live close by again, but even with a distance, you're very close to my heart. I love you both very much.
I would like to give a rose to both my Grandma and Grandpa Haynes and my Grandma and Grandpa Candle for always supporting me in all my endeavors. Thank you for showing me your love in a million different ways. Crystal, thank you for always being there for me, making me talk, and being the cool older sister that I got to hang out with. I admire you so much, and you have shown me so many different things about God. Mom and Dad, how can I ever thank you for all that you do for me? You have always been there for me, encouraging me and supporting me. Thanks for sacrificing your time and money to put me in Christian education. I love you all.
I'm giving roses to each of my parents because they are my parents. They've always been there for me. You supported me in everything I've chosen to do, and you have encouraged me along the way. And though I've not always come to you, I know that you are there to talk to whenever I have a problem. Thank you for that. I love you both. I'm also giving roses to both of my brothers. You are the best older brothers anyone could ask for. I have really enjoyed talking to you and getting to know you better as I have gotten older. I admire your determination in reaching your goals. You give me good advice when I need it, and you always make me laugh. I love you. I'd like to thank my aunt and uncle and my cousins for being here for graduation. It means a lot to me, and I am so glad you could make it. I'd also like to thank my brother's girlfriend, Michelle, for coming. I'm glad that you could be here to celebrate with my family. I'm giving a rose to my future sister-in-law, Sarah. I'm so excited that you're going to be a part of our family. I look forward to you being my sister. Thank you so much for being here. Finally, I'm giving roses to my best friends, Sherry and Danielle. We've been through a lot together, some bad times, but some good ones too. I'm so grateful that you have always been there for me, whether I knew it or not. Thank you for everything. I love you.
First of all, I want to thank all of my family for coming to my graduation. Your coming means a lot to me, and I know all the parties and fun just would not be the same without you. I want to give my first 2 roses to my 4 grandparents. Thank you for always being so supportive of me. You care a lot about me, and I appreciate all you do for me. You are the most wonderful grandparents anyone could have, and I love all of you a lot. My next flower goes to my sister Kelsey. Kelsey, you are awesome. Thanks for always being a fun person to talk to and for putting up with me. Love you lots. I want to give my last flower to my parents. Mom and Dad, you have always been there for me. Thank you for being wonderful parents and for loving me unconditionally. You are the reason that I am the person I am today. I'm sorry, it's true. And I am eternally grateful to you that you are my parents. Thanks again for all you've done for me. I love you both.
I would like to give my first flower to my mom and dad. Thank you both for your guidance, love, and patience, and especially for showing me Jesus. Next, I would like to give my other flower to my Grandma Becky, Grandpa and Grandma Lucy, Uncle Cliff, Uncle Mark, Aunt Karen, Uncle John, Gina, and the Sarles. Thank you all for the great memories and for making an incredible impact in my life. Thank you all for driving up here. I love you very much.
I would like to give a rose to my sister Sarah. I admire you so much and can't wait till we're both in Europe together. I love you a lot and thanks for all your stylish clothes. I would also like to give a rose to my Aunt Lori and Uncle Bill. You guys are so much fun. Where would I be without you? Thanks for convincing my parents to get me a horse. I owe you. I would like to give a rose to my mom. You are my inspiration and my role model. Thanks for giving me so much. You must have done a good job raising me because I'm pretty much perfect. I love you from the bottom of my heart. Finally, I'm giving a rose to my dad. I know you would be proud of me. Thanks for teaching me so much and giving me an appreciation for all that is beautiful. I love you so much and I can't wait to see you again.
I would like to give a rose to my mom and dad. Thank you for investing every aspect of your life into us girls. You really outdid yourselves, as the product shows. Dad, I have all the notes of my sermons and chapel talks, and also so many unmentionable memories made from our excursions up the mountains. Thank you for overworking 24/7 and giving me a Christian education and the fashionable clothes on my back. Mom, thank you for all the walks and time invested in giving me needed advice, even though they sometimes made you really sore. And thank you for your humor. I might have failed miserably without it. God blessed me too much. Growing up being the middle child is an unexplainably frightening experience that I wouldn't have traded for the world. I want to give a flower to both my sisters. Brittany, thank you for all those sessions of torturing Obs and for brightening the house with your laughs. And Aubrey, thank you for all your snuggle times at night and fashion advice in the mornings. Douglas Congleton, thank you for always making time for me and treating me like a daughter and being the most caring coach and boss that I could ever have asked for.
I would like to give a rose to my mom and dad for their unfailing support in everything I do and for pushing me to do my best. Thank you so much for being so selfless as to allow me to have a Christian education. I love you both so much. I would also like to present a rose to Christina for being such an amazing sister who I can look up to. Thank you so much for always making me laugh and for listening to me when I need you to. You are such a blessing in my life and I love you a lot. I would like to give my last rose to Mrs. Euros for comforting me in difficult times and for helping me to grow musically. Thank you for believing in me and for being a mentor to me.
Hey, Mom and Dad. Thank you for all the years putting up with me for the past 18 at this school. I know they've been really fun. Thanks for supporting me throughout the 4 years of academy and helping me with typing on my homework. To Dad and Diane, thank you for staying up with me late at night, frantically trying to get my 3D projects done. Also, thank you for supporting me with work and money during the summer. To my Grandma and Grandpa Blim, you have always been there for me, supporting me through a good Christian education, giving me work over all those endless summers, but most of all, for supporting me wherever I go. Thank you. And for my Grandma and Grandpa Smith, thank you for all those fun dinners at your house, and Darlene for your wonderful pies. They're so good. Also for the funny games of 20 questions. I swear that game cheats. I'll miss all of those next year.
To my fantastic parents, Kenan and Angelica, Mom first, thank you for giving birth to me and giving me my inspiration to follow God. Dad, words can't express how much I thank you for working your tail off to pay for my Christian education. And finally, little bro, Bronson, thanks for all those great times beating you at NBA Live. Oh yeah, Mavs still rock. My wonderful grandmother, Blanche, you are an inspiration for me to keep going, to look at the road ahead and not be afraid. Uncle Renan and Aunt Patsy, I could not be the person that I am today without your love and endless support. Thank you for always being open to take my family and I in when we visit. Aunt V, you are my favorite comedian. I cannot even come close to how many times I've laughed at all your jokes. Thank you for showing me Jesus in your own way.
Mom and Dad, you are more of my friends than my parents. I have been able to confide in you with any of my school situations and even my personal relationships, and I love that you've never judged me. Thank you always, and I love you. Riley and Katie, I appreciate your adorable smiles day by day. You've kept my spirits high. I love you bunches. Grandma and Grandpa, you are amazing, and without you supporting me through these 12 years of a Christian education, I wouldn't be here right now. And to my best friends, Andy and Kayla, you have been there for me through it all, and you've kept me going to succeed my dreams. I love you.
Mom and Dad, thank you for all the time spent helping me with projects and working in cars, or just hanging out and watching TV or going to the movies. I know putting up with me through the years wasn't always easy, but thank you. I love you guys. Grandma Jean, I'm so happy we've been so close over the years. All of your wisdom and guidance has helped me so much. I love you. Heather, although we don't always get along, you're still the best sister I could ever ask for. I'm so happy we've been getting closer throughout the years. I love you. To all my aunts and uncles, Lyndon, Bruce, Sandy and Rod, and John and Carol, all of your support has helped me become who I am and get where I am today. I love all of you.
I, Nathan Cameron Brooks Stowe, have 4 flowers to give. My first one goes to my Mamsies, who has made numerous sacrifices, including working as many as 3 jobs at a time to put me through school. Mom, I love you. Dad, I'd give you a flower, but I don't want to jeopardize your masculine integrity, but I still love you. My next 2 flowers go to my grandparents, who have impacted my life in ways they'll never know. Thank you guys so much for your encouragement. And finally, my last rose goes to my brother, Raleigh, whose crazy attitude and imagination has inspired me through all facets of my life. I love you, bro.
Well, my name is Mike Morosky, and I would like to give a rose to my mother because she has always been on top of me to do my schoolwork and has kept me from being late to school many times by getting me up. I would like to give a rose to my dad because he has always helped me with my projects and helped me make good decisions. I would like to give a rose to my Aunt Karen and Uncle Mike for always coming to my plays, programs, and always supporting me. I would like to give a rose to Melissa because she is the best sister a guy could ever have and loves me even when I pick on her. I would also like to give a rose to my grandma and grandpa for my grandpa fishing with me and my grandma shopping with me and the Rice Krispies. I would also like to give a rose to my grandfather and grandmother for all the good food and my grandfather letting me pick on him and joke around. I would also like to give a rose to Caitlin and Michaela for being awesome cousins and singing, camping, and coming to events that I have. I love all you guys.
I would like to give a rose to my mom for giving everything she has for me. She has sacrificed everything to support me and make sure my life is the best it could be. I would like to give a rose to my 3 sisters for putting up with me all of my life. I know I wasn't the easiest person to live with, but all of you still loved me and have supported me through everything I have done. I would also like to give a rose to my dad and stepmom Beth for everything you have done for me. Dad, you've helped me become a better man, and you've both supported me in everything. You've helped me with trips and come to soccer games and concerts. Thank you for everything you've done.
Hey Mom and Dad, I want to give you guys a flower because I couldn't get through my years of high school without you. You pushed me and guided me to the man I want to become. I couldn't have gone through any of this without you. I am proud to be your son. I love you guys with all my heart. Thank you, Mom and Dad.
To Mom and Kersea, thanks for supporting me through school and just being there. To Dad, thanks for being there. And I love you guys. To Grandma and Grandpa, thanks for just letting me stay at your house and loving me. And thanks to Anna and Esther for hopefully coming and being my support even when you're far away from home. And to Tammy and Doug, thanks for being my family. I love you guys.
Mom, thank you for encouraging me to be the person who I am.
Dad, I've enjoyed going to Seahawks and Mariners games with you. Thanks for being so involved with my life. Thank you both for giving me so many opportunities and loving me. Ruthie, you've selflessly supported me for the last year, and we've been through a lot. Thanks. I'm looking forward to spending this summer in Oz with you, mate. To all my friends, I love you guys. Mazel tov!
We're now ready to begin the candle lighting ceremony. If you aren't familiar with this tradition here at Columbia, just let me give you a little background. Last fall, we had all the seniors up here, just like they are now, only not in robes, of course. And the faculty all lit a candle, and then we spread around the sanctuary here, and we each lit a candle for each of these seniors. And that was symbolizing our passing of the torch of leadership to those seniors. And we are very proud of what they've done this year in that area of leadership. Now we'd like to provide a time for the seniors to light a candle and light a candle for the juniors, our soon-to-be seniors. And so if the juniors will take their places, we will get started.